What's up, guys? So Hellboy is directed by Neil Marshall, and it is a remake, a reimagining of the Hellboy story. After we've gotten the two Guillermo del Toro Hellboy films, now we have this new reincarnation where David Harbour is playing Hellboy, and the story ensues. What happens? We have this Blood Queen that's coming about, and she's rising, and she wants to destroy the world. And what do we have to do? We have to get Hellboy. He's the only one who's able to stop her. One thing leads to another, and this movie's it's pretty much a pile of garbage. Look, I try to find the most positive thing out of any film I see. If I find a positive, I will say it. So I won't be ranting in this video. I'll just be calmly explaining to you why I don't think this is a good movie. I think that the movie is very sloppy. I think that right from the first sequence of this movie, the opening scene, I feel as though it was very jarring, the way it was edited, the way it was narrated. I just felt everything about it was just too in your face and jarring, way too fast. And the movie never really stops from there. This movie is like a kid at a party that is having a sugar rush, and he won't stop just running around and screaming, and every time you sit the kid down for at least 2 minutes, he gets back up and he starts running around screaming again. That's pretty much what this movie is. This is a hyped up movie. This movie is like hyped up on sugar, is what it seems like, and that's not a good thing, because a lot of the things that happen in this movie are ridiculous, are stupid, are just random, and there's really no character arcs with any of these characters. They sort of hint upon certain things that Hellboy has in his mind, but they never really expand on the stuff, and the movie never slows down to give the audience an opportunity to care about what they're watching. It's all just one crazy thing, overblown, sort of over-the-top thing after another. The first two Hellboy movies by Guillermo del Toro were rated PG-13, and I thought they were very good movies. I thought they were very good Hellboy movies. You don't need to have... I mean, this movie, they said, okay, it's going to be rated R. And it is. It's a rated R movie, and that gives the screenwriter, Andrew Cosby, which is his first screenplay, and it shows, it gives him the opportunity to have these characters consistently swear for no reason. It gives this guy the opportunity, and the filmmakers an opportunity, to have an overload of gore in this movie just for the sake of having gore, and it just gets a little old after a while. There's no style here. It's just a bunch of nonsense thrown at you. The movie is sloppy, the way it's edited, the way it's constructed. The screenplay is god-awful. The story is weak. There's nothing going on here emotionally. Like I said, the movie doesn't give you an opportunity to care. I do think, if I'm saying positive things, I think David Harbour and all the cast, actually, they're doing as best they can with what they're given. Mila Jovovich is the villain in this movie. She's the Blood Queen, and I think she's fine, but she kind of reminded me of the Enchantress from Suicide Squad. She gave me those kind of vibes. But I do think, like I said, the actors are doing as much as they can. There's a character in this movie named Alice, and she's played by Sasha Lane. She's a very likable character, and I did kind of like her performance, but I just feel like they just kind of glaze the surface. They don't go into it. They don't go into the filling, and you can't really get invested to care like the Guillermo del Toro movies did. This is like this is a worse version. This is a cheaper version, and it shows. I think the visual effects are bad. I'll say this: I was never bored watching this movie. I mean, it is 2 hours long, but I was never bored because it's always sort of entertaining, but that's not necessarily a good thing, because what I was entertained by was like, I was just sitting there like this. I was like, wow, you know, like this is just like I'm watching a fireworks display or something. I'm watching just a display of explosions, just bombs going off. You know, I didn't think the movie was good. The third act is absolutely ridiculous. You don't care about the father-son relationship that Hellboy has with Professor Broom, who's played by Ian McKellen in this, or Ian McShane in this movie. In the original Guillermo del Toro movies, he was played by John Hurt. I feel like the relationship between father and son was very well realized in that movie, in the first movie especially. This movie, it just feels kind of thrown to the side. A lot of things feel thrown to the side in exchange for over-the-top, crappy action. There's this pig character in the movie that I thought didn't work for me. It was just, I see what they were trying to do with him, but he was just so obnoxious, it didn't work for me. The whole movie didn't work for me. I didn't absolutely hate it, but it was close. I didn't like it. I don't think it's a good movie, and I'm going to give it 1.5 out of 5 stars. And I feel bad. I did want to like this movie. It is just a train wreck from beginning to end. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on Hellboy, guys. Comment your thoughts in the comments. Do you plan on seeing this movie? What do you think about the Guillermo del Toro movies? Who do you prefer, Ron Perlman or David Harbour as Hellboy? Guys, you could also subscribe to this channel. My review for Missing Link is up on this channel now. And a little after this video is up, I'll be doing my live reaction to the first trailer for Star Wars Episode 9. It'll be probably dropped at the Celebration panel today. We'll get a title, we'll get a trailer, and we'll talk all about that. Guys, you could also follow me on Facebook and Twitter. The links to those are in the description of this video. You could follow me on Instagram at KingOfRises131. You could also follow me on Patreon if you want to help this channel grow. And guys, that's been it. Thank you very much for watching my review for Hellboy. Over and out.